And if I can add
Yeah.
another part to that quantum wealth, okay, you have your unique 5-year North Star vision crystallized. But what I've also been excited to share more about is the science behind how our brain operates, the evolution that makes us want to prioritize pleasure and avoid pain, the pain of looking at my true numbers and the pleasure of buying what I want. And so between the science behind our brain and the things that make us operate in the way we do in our default program, and also the latest addition is the science of the brain heart coherence. And I know this is something that I saw similarities in your white paper, is when we talk about motivation, like, sure, I know I want my 5-year vision, but how do I viscerally cultivate the motivation today that will have me prioritize my future needs over my immediate wants? And so specifically, at least for me, I learn best and I integrate knowledge into action best when I understand the science behind something. You can tell me wealth is a mindset, prioritize the future over the now. But if I don't understand why my brain wants the now, then it doesn't really set in. But for me, this process of learning myself, learning my habits, and the science behind that, I feel like other people can benefit as well, because it's not just some theoretical reason why my auto habits have me acting this way. It's there's scientific reasons why, and now you have some very specific tactics to help you deal with that.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is, and you're like me, is there needs to be some reality to this, some
Yes.
scientific foundation. Otherwise, we're talking woo-woo.
Back to the feelings, I feel like that's what allows me to connect with people, because I do have the logic and the feeling experience. And so I can provide them some logical insight, some logical guidance, what I experience, but I also likely know how they feel and can navigate those conversations, because like we talk about, money can be an uncomfortable, taboo topic. And sometimes people aren't always comfortable sharing about what's truly going on, or even being open and vulnerable enough to start that discovery process about what they truly want outside of what society says they should want. And so for me, my initiator identity, talking about favoring logic over feelings, I feel like being able to balance the two, especially when working with clients, to be able to provide some of the logic, but also consider their feelings in that conversation. I feel like I do a pretty good job of navigating the different conversation with different people, because just like everybody's North Star vision is unique, every conversation is going to be unique depending on, what some of their obstacles are, how sensitive they may be to the topic, et cetera.
Yeah, and I think I want to make clear for you, but also for our listeners, that people like you and me who are initiators and are, tendency to be logical and rational, it doesn't mean we don't have feelings.
Say it for the people in the back, Hugh.
we may not always show them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we might, communicate in more direct terms and in numbers at times, but it doesn't mean we don't have feelings.
Yes.
Or can touch the feelings. But I think also the fact that, groups like the Heart Math Institute have been able to do this research.
Yeah.
And it does make it easier for someone that's logical to connect to their feelings and to know this aspect's really true, particularly the heart aspect.
It's a little ironic, right, that we go deeper into the logic to connect to the feelings, if you're saying the research at the Heart Math Institute is what allows us to connect to those feelings.
But I think to survive in the world, there's got to be some heart, and there's got to be some, some logic has got to be there. It can't all be one.
Yes.